Coming up on Newsbreak, I'll tell you why 8,000 students were at the Union Lawn Friday night.
Coming up, I'll show you how to become more involved in raising money for the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
Spend the night at the library if it was open.
The ASUU's Presenter's Office.
Welcome to Newsbreak. I'm Brandon Riddle.
And I'm Rachel Mon. In an effort to get more University of Utah students involved, Salt Lake City Mayor Ralph Becker held a student press hour to talk about city government.
Yeah, I think their project this next year is going to focus on the university area.
September 18th, Mayor Ralph Becker of Salt Lake City attempted for the first time to bridge the gap in communication with university students in Utah by hosting an open question and answer student press conference at the City and County building. Since first taking office as mayor of Salt Lake City in 2008, I have worked to create more opportunities for our growing student population to get involved in the Salt Lake City government, said Mayor Becker in his opening statement to the university students. Why does the mayor of Salt Lake City want university students to get involved, he says? Because you can make a difference. The city government is now more like a Facebook message hall where members of the community are able to congregate and voice their opinions. Mayor Becker left some students with no excuse, saying, "Come be an intern. We are always looking for folks who want to get more involved. We hope people will use these resources to get involved and make decisions. Please leave us a message with your concerns and we'll get back to you, we promise." Mayor Ralph Becker invites you to visit their website and to see how easy it is to actually make your voice heard so that changes can be made. This website, along with more information, can be found on our website at www.newsbreak.com.
The Sony Electronics Company has teamed up with the University of Utah to offer students prizes and discounts on their video game products.
Sony and the Entertainment Arts and Engineering program here at the University of Utah have teamed up to host its first PlayStation Vita tournament. This is all part of Sony's University of Play.
Essentially what that is it's giving students an opportunity to get discounted merchandise from PlayStation 3s to the Vitas, as well as games and other peripherals and devices.
We're really here for the gamers to be able to not only develop social situations where gamers can get together and hang out with their fellow kind here at the university, but we're also here to encourage PlayStation users and to get them to communicate together.
It's not just games and discounts that the students in university can gain from this partnership.
More importantly, it does two things. Number one, it shows students that there are careers in video games that are achievable. Number two, it gives faculty an access to access a corporation and do research projects with them. It's an interesting source of funding, and it's a chance to work on real-world problems.
While this tournament is new, the University of Utah is no stranger to video games.
Utah has a long and very wonderful history with video games. Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Atari, arguably the father of video games, is a graduate of the University of Utah. So the folks who brought you Pong came from Utah. And ever since then, we've tried to keep that tradition alive. Today at the University of Utah, the Entertainment Arts and Engineering program is the #3 program in the nation, right behind USC and MIT. So that's pretty good company for us to be in. We graduate students who work in games, and we've made a lot of great games that have won awards, both in terms of machinima and in terms of video games.
For more information about the University of Play and its upcoming tournaments, or the Entertainment Arts and Engineering program here at the University of Utah, check out the links on our Facebook page.
Students that plan on going further in their academic careers attended the graduate school fair that was held on campus. Reporter Bonnie Adamson has the story.
The signs are everywhere. One day, you too are going to graduate.
On September 25th, the University of Utah held its annual grad school fair. Over 100 graduate school programs from universities around the country were in attendance. We caught up with University of Utah faculty to find out what students can do to be prepared for grad school.
You know, I think it's different for everybody on reasons they go to graduate school, and we like to say if they're curious at all, come out to the graduate school fair. Some students go because they're interested in gaining a deeper knowledge about a specific topic or industry. Others go because it's required by their fields. They want to go into a pre-professional graduate program. Some students go simply because it's something they've wanted to do their whole lives.
Now there are a number of other majors that might benefit from going to graduate school or professional school. Some of the other hard sciences to humanities or maybe some of the fine arts.
For more information, contact Career Services in the Student Services Building or check their website.
For those of you interested in supporting the Huntsman Cancer Institute, Rock the U is an on-campus program that raises money to support those suffering with leukemia.
Rock the U is the largest student-run philanthropy event in Utah and is a year-long fundraising effort to empower and unite students from the University of Utah, alumni, and the community in the fight to defeat cancer.
We have a goal this year to raise $100,000, and Cuts for the Cure is our first event this year, and it all leads up to the dance marathon in the spring.
Cuts for the Cure was successful as students, faculty, alumni, and other community members helped to raise over $1,000, which was the ultimate goal for the event.
Well, I mean, it's great to support the cause. I have a couple relatives who've all been through breast cancer and everything, and I mean, $5 haircuts is pretty unbeatable, I guess.
Cuts for the Cure, which occurred in past years, had 18 volunteer stylists from Great Clips and Hair Candy, making it the biggest turnout yet.
Well, it's for a good cause, and my mother passed away of cancer 12 years ago, so it means a lot to me to be here.
Freshman Riley Coggins suffered from acute lymphoblastic leukemia, a cancer of the white blood cells, when she was only 4 years old.
For me, I just remember never having a doubt that I was gonna die, or to me there wasn't really anything wrong with me. I just appreciate that all the hair stylists come out and to do this, and I know it takes a lot of time and effort for people to put together. I know that not only does events like this make more treatments, but it makes them easier too, not so intense and so hard to go through. So it really does make a difference and mean a lot.
Rock the U will host several events throughout the rest of the year to raise money toward the goal.
We're doing a piggy bank roundup. If you register for Rock the U, you get a piggy bank to help you raise money. So we're going to be doing that in November. And we'll also be doing a fundraiser dinner later on. And then in the spring, we'll also be doing a fashion show that will help raise money. And then we have a bunch of fun events planned for the week of the dance marathon, but that's going to be a surprise for now.
Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Lacy Jamison.
To become involved with Rock the U, go to our website where you will find information on how to register. The program helps to raise attendance at events throughout the rest of the year, so the quicker students register, the sooner more money can be raised for their goal.
Redfest is an annual concert that is held on campus that ASUU organizes. Reporter Justin Giles covered the event and talked to those involved in making it happen.
Redfest is a giant celebration for the students of the University of Utah. Its goal is to bring students together and provide a space in which people come together and connect over really good music.
With Redfest being one of the more popular events on campus, I spoke with Eric Hunter, who oversees concerts for the university, and asked him what the most important piece in planning Redfest is.
I mean, the most important thing is that, trying to figure out what the students want to see. That's the biggest thing. And so we accomplished this through heavy surveying to see what kind of genre of music they want. And this year, the biggest one was alternative and rock. And so we based our decisions off of that.
So what does it take to get popular bands to come to Redfest?
It's actually a very, very big process. You can go through and contact middle agents to see who's touring in the area, and then the legwork begins. You need to start calling and getting a hold of people and really seeing whose schedule is available for doing a show like this in the price range that we actually set for it.
Now that Redfest is over, what are plans for next year?
I can tell you right now that we have no clue who we're bringing. We'll pick them that far in advance because the students change, student interests change, and who knows, maybe the next big artist hasn't come out yet. And so we like to hold off and book responsibly far enough in advance, but not too far that it actually pigeonholes us on what we can bring to the campus. The tickets sold out 2 days prior to the concert, which is similar to last year as well. The attendance was up to 8,000 was the cap on that.
Because Red Fest sold out again this year, I asked Eric about his thoughts on possibly expanding so that more students would be able to attend.
I wish, and I think it's important to note that the reason why it's set at 8,000 is not because that's how many I want. I want every single student in the University of Utah to be able to attend. The problem with that is fire code. Loved it. I loved Red Fest. I think students really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. You know, people were singing along with the main artist. You know, whenever you get to see that kind of crowd interaction, it makes you feel good about what you just put together.
Now that Red Fest is finished, coming up, students can look forward to the Grand Kerfuffle in the spring. Reporting for Newsbreak, this is Justin Giles.
Coming up on Newsbreak, Austin will show you when crowds take celebrating too far.
2, 1. I have now taken 4 different semesters. I've specialized in behind the camera. I specialized in front of the camera. Then now I'm focusing on web-based material. There's a lot of more life experience in this, this class.
When you come in, it's not like, okay, we're here for another class. Let's go sit at a desk and take some notes. I'm here for, another chance to learn something new.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. The University of Utah women's volleyball team lost to Stanford in their recent home game, but they didn't play where they normally do. Reporter Lauren Deane has the story.
On September 21st, the Lady Ute volleyball team played in the John M. Huntsman Center for the first time since 1993.
Crimson Court only seats a little under 1,500, so that those fans would not have fit in here. Now, it would have been a very ruckus crowd in Crimson Court and loud, but it felt that way in Huntsman Center as well. So it was just a great environment. It was fun.
Junior outside hitter Morgan Odell had a different perspective of why the Utes played in the Huntsman Center.
Because it's awesome. I love playing there now. We might play in there next year, so I think they were just kind of trying to see how people would react to us playing in there, and it was a really good result.
There were 2,218 fans in attendance on Friday's game. That's almost double the amount of people that can fit into the Crimson Court. So the question becomes, what do these stats mean for the Utes' future game arena?
We love Crimson Court. It's been a great place for us, but it's small, and we think most of the teams in the Pac-12 play in their big basketball major arenas. So we think that it might be time to move in there full time. And to be honest, after playing that match in there and the success that we had and the atmosphere and just playing in a big time arena, it felt great, and I think that's what we would like to do in the future.
Fans should plan on cheering on the Utes for the remainder of the season at the Crimson Court. Catch them at their next home game against Washington on October 5th.
We're here live at the University of Utah campus as the Utes get ready to take on the 13th ranked USC Trojans. Fans have been waiting a long time for this game. In fact, 95 years. The last time the Trojans made an appearance in Salt Lake City was in 1917. However, a much different outcome is expected this time around, as the Trojans laid a 51-0 beatdown on the Utes that November night. Now, this game has been generating a lot of hype from preseason, but since that time, both teams have suffered a defeat in Pac-12 play. Nonetheless, Rice-Eccles Stadium is supposed to be crazier than ever Thursday night. I'm Trevor Phibbs, he's Derek Sidaway, and this is Utah Game Day. Now, USC is the first of 3 ranked opponents with UCLA and Oregon State waiting in the distance. How important is this for playoff implications?
Well, I think after a big-time loss against the Sun Devils, it's going to be important for the Utes to show that they can compete in the Pac-12, and to do that, they're going to have a great opportunity to bounce back at home against USC. I think going forward with UCLA and Oregon State, it's really important that they set the tone this week with a big win.
Now, it's Thursday night game, ESPN. All eyes are going to be on Rice-Eccles Stadium. And overall, the Utes are 53-25-5 on Thursday night games. And they've always predicated themselves on defense, but they kind of looked a little sketchy against Arizona State. They gave up over 500 yards and over 300 through the air. And there's a different opponent coming to town. This is Matt Barkley and the Trojans. What do the Utes have to do to slow down USC coming up?
Well, I think the biggest thing for the Utes is going to be slowing down Marquise Lee and Robert Woods. It's going to take, they've made a few changes at cornerback, and also they're going to enjoy the return of free safety Eric Rowe. Combined with him and Brian Blecken in the backfield, they're going to have a better chance than they did against Arizona State. But also the pressure they've got coming up with Starlo should help put the hurt on Barkley.
Now, it's essential that the Utes get the ground game going. They're 9-0 when John White rushes for over 100 yards. So the first time he did that this season was against Northern Colorado, but then he sustained an injury, his ankle injury. How's he doing?
I think John White's had a good chance to recover over the bye week, and he's especially hungry after his performance against Arizona State. He came out and he averaged just 1.3 yards per carry, and he fumbled twice, and so he's really ready to prove himself and show that he can be the back that he was last year. But if White continues to struggle, there's also going to be Kelvin York, who can come in, and his power running has really shown the coaches of Utah that they made a good choice bringing him onto the team this year.
So Pac-12's got 6 ranked teams in the top 25. Let's get your opinion on it. First up, Arizona's going at Stanford, 18th ranked team in the nation. Who do you got in that game?
I'm going to have to go with Arizona with the upset here. I think they had a great start of the season, kind of had a drop off in that Oregon game, and then lost a shootout to Oregon State. But I see them bouncing back in a big-time win at Stanford. I think that although Stanford doesn't have a quarterback controversy right now, they're going to go with Josh Nunes. I think that after this game there could be some changes.
Okay, Washington, 23rd ranked team. They just barely beat Stanford at CenturyLink Field. They're going to Autzen against Oregon, the 2nd ranked team in the nation. Who do you got?
I'm going to have to go with Oregon State because I figure that you know, no one can go in and beat Oregon when they're playing as well as they are right now. And I think that Washington's up and coming, but they're really just not there yet.
And then the game everybody's looking forward to, 13th ranked USC Trojans coming into town. All the hype. Utah. Who do you got in the game?
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with USC. That being said, I think that the X factor in the game could be the Utah crowd, and if the Utah secondary can shut down Marquise Lee and Robert Woods, they can definitely make it a game.
So last year, the Utes came down to a field goal. They're 3-7 all-time against USC. What is it going to take? You know, the Utes are looking good.
Where were you? I know I was supposed to be there. I was here.
Times the Utes fans rushed the field after their team defeated BYU 24-21. Their actions gave BYU an extra chance to tie and possibly go on to win the game. I asked Coach Whittingham if he was mad at the fans.
Mad at our crowd for that? No, I'm not mad at our crowd for anything. We just got to be, you know, come up with some better ways to maintain order.
Starlo blocked a game-tying field goal attempt by BYU, which seemed to finalize the Utes' victory, but was taken away due to the Utes fans rushing the field before the play was over.
Fans are great. I mean, they're always excited. They always help us out. They helped us out a lot in that game. They were so loud. You know, they gave us, you know, the false starts that they help us with. So the fans are great. We're never going to blame the fans, win or lose.
There's a flag on the field. They got to kick the fans off again. John Hayes, the Utes quarterback, was on the same boat as the fans.
I thought it was over too. I mean, I can't blame them. If I was in the muss, I'd have been right down there on the field. So, I mean, it was definitely a cool experience for the fans, and I mean, just glad we got the win.
Chris Hill, the Utes athletic director, supports rushing the field. He says part of the college charm is having the fans on the field. Although these moments are fun with players and fans celebrating together, incidents are bound to happen. Injuries may occur, though no one reported this time. Even with these risks, Dr. Hill's stance remains the same. He addressed the fans in a video blog with one request.
We love our fans, but if you could do me a favor and just wait till the game's over before you rush the field.
For Newsbreak, I'm Austin Wolford.
That's here for us at Newsbreak, the show produced for students by students.
For a recap of this episode, you can visit our website at newsbreak.utah.edu. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.